Hello, welcome back to the M2 Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Anthony, co-host, Kyle Heath. This is a show where we cover gaming industry-related news and upcoming news, entertainment, stuff like that. All the gaming industry stuff of the last week. This week, we're going to talk a little bit about how there is an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. Talking about how you can actually play in your cars soon, which is pretty sick. There was a Nintendo Switch modder that is now getting smoked by Nintendo in a lawsuit. Not good for them. There's also a former Bethesda exec who says gaming subscription servers don't work at all, which is a controversial opinion that we haven't really talked about. And also, there's Xgimi, hopefully, Xgimi, Xgimi. It's a incredibly bright 4K projector. We just want to talk a little bit about like some new hardware that we don't talk about too often. But before we get into it, Kyle, how you been? What have you been grinding? And I appreciate you for wearing a I'm dying inside Carolina Panthers shirt while I'm over here just like, do you guys remember when Mandalorian was cool and everybody was enjoying it? Yeah. A better time, dude. How you been?
Yeah. Been all right. You know, we talked about it last week. Look, we're not a sports podcast. I know we kind of dabbled a little bit in the introduction. And we'll continue to dabble. You know, we won't try to get into it in depth. I could probably talk for hours about the Panthers game. I won't. It's very, very unfortunate. Does not look great. And I'm dying inside. So that wasn't for me to pull the shirt out.
It's a fact.
I laugh through the pain. That's all. That's all we can do. But yeah, no, all around just wasn't good. And yeah, I'm supposed to be going to the week 3 game in person. So we'll see. I'd like to go there with us being 1-1. Not likely. So
that's a fact.
not likely. It's probably won't be a fun game. But hey, I don't know. I'm going with my dad, so at least get family time. So that's okay. Well, positive about it.
While you're there, hit me up, dude. Shoot me a text. Tell me where you're at.
Yeah, for sure.
The game is in Charlotte, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I'll be spending the night too. I took off work the next day, so I'll be around. Man.
So heck yeah. Yeah, just hit me up. Maybe I'll swing by. Just say hello for real quick. If you're not in the mood, dude, I don't need to be there. I'm probably gonna be in Uptown anyway for Premier League matches. I go to a Everton bar and watch with some people, and I don't even think Everton's playing on Sunday. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah, if you're around,
the paths cross, yeah, for sure. Already know
exactly.
We'll see. My mood will be probably much determined based on how the game goes. But hey, we'll still make time if time allows. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to that, regardless. But yeah, wasn't fun there. Won't harken too much on it. I come up Panthers Cup. I hopium. I got my hopium in this.
I have like 40 of those, and I started giving them away because of how many I had.
Yeah. God bless the game I went to last year. Yeah, Stadium.
I think you can probably bring that back into the stadium, and it's free refills with the cup.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you should consider that. See if they'll probably let you in because they don't care.
Yeah.
Dude, the surveillance. I don't want to get NSA level crazy on you right now, but the surveillance at Bank of America Stadium, I'm sure it's at every single like NFL stadium, is wild, dude. Have you ever seen Minority Report?
No.
Okay, it's Tom Cruise, and the whole premise is it's in the future. I don't want to get into like the Skynet level, like Terminator stuff, but they can basically scan your face as you're walking in, and they picture profile you in the entire United States data crime base to figure out if you're like a threat or not.
That's crazy.
Which is why the security lines are so quick now. You like just go through a little metal detector, and as long as you don't set it off, you're good to go. Because when you get into the stadium, they're like facial recognition tracking everybody. That's a threat. That's
crazy.
It's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't tell my sources.
It's pretty crazy.
People who installed it.
I believe it. It's still funny too, the amount of like fights that go on in NFL games, because like you said, it's probably across like in all the stadiums, but it's still, there's people, you get the heat in the moment. Teams losing.
Oh no, it's more about like international threats, like terrorist threats. So that's what it's for. So like people just getting hammered in certain fights, dude. That's gonna happen kind of everywhere in a sports environment because men. I don't mean to be a stereotypical, this is a sexist point of view, but when we start drinking, we turn into apes sometimes.
It's true, man. There's people like us out there.
Yeah, just testosterone flowing and we can't control it because we're Neanderthals. Start throwing fists. Can happen in gaming too. I've seen some nutty stuff at like LAN tournaments.
Oh yeah. Oh
Just
yeah.
people lose their cool. But yeah, football is going to be interesting this year. Especially college football. There's a lot of big games coming up this weekend,
Yeah.
and
True. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. At least there's still entertaining games to watch around it. So
Of
yeah,
course, yeah.
definitely not. I haven't lost sight of that. It's like there's still. I still very much look forward to like the Thursday night footballs and the Sunday night. Just get those
Yeah,
random
dude.
kind of night games, and they're generally pretty good
Yeah.
matchups. So it's always fun
It's
to
just
watch.
gonna be interesting. Now we have to do our recordings every single Wednesday night because we're gonna both be watching NFL on Thursday.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
We should just start doing watch parties.
Yeah, for real. Probably should. But yeah, I mean,
But have you been playing any games?
I was just gonna say, enough of the sports talk. Game wise, the only thing, I think the only thing I really played, I played a little bit more of the mechanic simulator, car mechanic simulator, a tad more of that. Hopped on some Valorant and some CS, kind of flopping between the two, doing challenges. I'm at a point now where I'm kind of just doing the weekly challenges and the dailies. I ended up, like in Valorant specifically, I was like waiting for a specific skin, a gun skin, to show up in the shop because they rotate 4 skins out every day. It's like every 24 hours you get new skins. I was looking specifically for any of the Zed skins, because I really love it in that game when you inspect it. There's like a kind of a V effect, or like the music kind of like that he made for the actual like whole thing, the skins and whatnot. It'll play when you inspect it, and the beat is so sick, and it just plays on loop. And so like I always
so
loved
sick.
picking up. I'd pick up people's guns, and I'd just be mesmerized at the pre-round, just like listening to the to the actual like music. And so I was like, and so that was the one skin I was looking for. I was like, if it shows up in the shop, I don't care how much it is, I'm getting it. And so I ended up, sure enough, the Phantom skin showed up one day, so I just bought it. And I decided too, I was like, you know what, like I've been playing these games more. $10 battle pass. So for Valor, I just bought that, and I've just been kind of like grinding the TDM and just trying to make my purchase worth it, kind of thing. So just doing that. It's been like my default side game, either that or playing Counter-Strike, and just kind of flip between the two and just trying to enjoy it and not take it seriously. So it's kind of the objective. But yeah, but game wise, it was all I really played this week. Not much else. No single player stuff right now. And yeah, just keep it easy. I don't know. At some point, probably out like on the single player train, but a lot going on. So we'll see. Mike, I just have to say, I saw a Twitch notification pop up at a couple of different points this week, Mike, and I was like, oh, that Mike is streaming. Okay. All right.
It was scuffed. So scuffed. Did you actually tune in? Did you see it? Or you just saw the notifications?
I saw notifications. I think maybe there was one of them I like popped in for like 30 seconds just to see. I saw like you were in the lobby screen on Halo 2, and I was like, he's probably waiting for the game to start.
Yeah, it was pretty much just playing Halo 2 on Cartographer for a little bit. A couple of the people asked, they're like, are you going to stream? And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's get it in. Started streaming, and yeah, we were just playing games. And then last night I played OG for a while. First time in a long time. It's mostly just work has been absolutely slammed. Dude, it's been so brutal. I don't know what's going on. It's like everybody in the world wants all their projects before the end of the year. And that is the most bizarre scenario ever. It's just full blown panic with clients. And hopefully we survive. I mean, whatever. I mean, I got job security because it's like, yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm about to start telling some people, it's just like, okay, cool. You want me to get that done? Okay. Which one of these projects should I stop doing?
Yeah. Yeah. It gets to that point, dude. I've had to pull that card a couple times this year. So
yeah, it's like, I got to be real here. Which one of them am I not doing? And yeah. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to be working this weekend. But to be honest, this month of September, I'm just trying to lay low. I'm not trying to really go out, like go do anything anyway. Yeah. So a lot of my time, I've been just kind of like sitting in Discord, chatting with people in different Discord, just hanging out, listening to some music here and there, watching a buttload of like YouTube. Like I've been getting super into just like new education content of random stuff, dude. Like I'm learning about random Aztec ancient temples and stuff, like stuff that I'm gonna absolutely crush trivia night in about like 20 years. But right now it's completely useless. I just find it interesting. So yeah, it's been fun, man. I like that. Yeah, I'm just out here chilling, just Mostly looking forward to, what's funny is I have the Indiana Jones was last set up on my Twitch of I called it Harrison Ford Simulator. And that was the title or whatever. I need to actually continue playing that game, and it's killing me. I just gotta go sit on the couch and just chill on like a Sunday morning in between Premier League games, just vibe out, wait for it to show up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so it is. Yeah, man,
dude.
it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. It was like on my YouTube algorithm recently. I don't know why, but like I've been getting like clips of Moneyball like just showing up in my algorithm.
Oh,
I would
dude.
click on them every time I just
Yep.
watch them, and I'm like, I gotta see this
Have you
movie
watched the
again.
movie all the way through?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've multiple
okay,
times,
good.
but like every time I see the clips, and then it got to a point where I was like, all right, well, I gotta sit down and watch the movie. So literally the
Dude.
other night, I just sat down and watched it through again. It's like the
And
fifth or sixth time I watched it.
that's what happened with me with the Batman series with Christopher Nolan.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, I kept seeing the Joker. I'm just like, I gotta watch it. And then I saw
Yeah.
Bane. I was like, I gotta watch all of them.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, that was funny.
So cool, dude.
Moneyball, one of my favorite sports movies, probably my favorite sports movie of all time. It's just like one of those ones. It's just like there's slight humor, but like it's just seeing the ins and outs of like sports teams and stuff. I've always found that area of it fascinating. So I've always enjoyed that movie. But yeah, that's how it is, dude. A little bit gaming,
So cool though.
but a lot in between. But
Heck yeah.
yeah.
I'm mostly looking forward to it as well. But hey, you know what I'm looking forward to is this next article about the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and what the subscribers are basically saying about what the new games are going to be. So talk to me. I've never heard
Screen
this
Rant.
before, so I'm pretty interested.
Screen Rant. Kyle Granton over at Screen Rant reports. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers can soon play games in their cars. You heard that correctly. I am not joshing you. This is not a joke. In Microsoft's quest to turn everything into an Xbox, its cloud gaming initiative has come to a truly unexpected device. Console manufacturing game publishers' big push into cloud-based gaming has been led by the often mocked "This is an Xbox" ad campaign. But it's hard to deny the company hasn't gotten creative in delivering new places to play Xbox games. Now Microsoft wants to turn your car into an Xbox, or at least the backseat. Shown off in a new trailer, Xbox is bringing cloud gaming capabilities to the LG automotive content platform, meaning screens mounted on the back of the front seats will be able to play video games from the Xbox Cloud gaming application. Tech is powered by LG's WebOS, a Linux-based operating system that's common in smart TVs and similar devices. A little video as well, showing off how this car system is going to work. Just playing it. I mean, you see the screens on the back. I don't know how many cars actually have screens on the back. I feel like this is a very luxury item we're looking at right here.
Dude, it's archaic. I'm older than you. It used to be in every single minivan back in the day,
Yeah,
like
I
for road
remember
trips, because that was the culture. Everybody was road tripping
Yeah.
everywhere because I think like flying was like kind of a luxury,
Oh.
and the car culture is we can just drive to Texas, but mom, it's 25 hours. We'll drive to Texas and stop along the way. Like that was the kind of culture
Yeah.
for the longest time. And slowly but surely, people started getting their phones, and now we're like reading books or using tablets or handhelds.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we're going back to basics. Like we're going back to the TVs and the phones.
Yeah. Since it's Xbox Cloud gaming, an internet connection is required to play in your car. As the fine print notes, automotive data plan may be required, which is so funny to think about, an automotive data plan. It sounds so ridiculous. There also are not any concrete details on which makes and models will support these devices. Trailer description simply says Xbox Cloud Gaming Beta, in parentheses, is coming soon to select cars in partnership with LG, with more fine print clarifying only so far. Requires vehicle manufactured with LG's automotive content platform supporting the Xbox app. Requires Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and supporting controller, both sold separately. It's difficult to find a list of vehicles that supports the LG ACP. An LG press release from earlier this year announced that the ACP would come to Kia's European models after seeing success in the manufacturer's Korean models. Since Xbox Cloud Gaming is still technically in its beta phase, its availability in automobiles may be rather limited to start. Per the trailer, the LG ACP appears to simply run the standard Xbox Cloud Gaming web application. In an effort to make cloud gaming as widely accessible as possible, it operates through any compatible devices, browsers, or bespoke application. If you have a controller and a stable internet connection in your car, you could theoretically play any of the monthly Game Pass editions on the go.
Heck yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Xbox keeps broadening its horizons. All my devices are Xboxes. The idea seems a bit niche at first. You need a compatible vehicle, a data plan, a controller, and an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription. But if it ends up working well, it's a fairly impressive piece of technology. Cloud gaming could become an incredible source of entertainment on long road trips, and two people in the backseat could conceivably play multiplayer games together on their separate screens. Game Pass's goal has long been one of convenience. Microsoft wants to make it easy to use its platform from anywhere, and this is an arguably huge step. Skepticism may be warranted, given how dodgy wireless connections can be while traveling in the car, but there's only room for improvement. What's next? Planes and trains after automobiles? Game Pass is the marquee product for Xbox at the moment, and continuing to expand cloud gaming may help keep it growing in the long run. I mean, hey, why not, I guess? I'm not against
hear
it.
me out.
Hey.
Have you ever ridden the Amtrak? This is going to be weird for anybody that's listening to us and that isn't in the U.S. Have you ever been on the Amtrak or the Caltrain or anything like that? Like
I don't think I've
actual
ever
train.
I don't think I've ever ridden the Amtrak, but I've wanted to.
Okay,
It's something I want to do.
It's not bad. It's kind of pricey. You're cheaper. It's usually cheaper to drive, especially like I used to ride the Amtrak all the time from Charlotte to Raleigh to up to Alexandria near just outside DC.
Oh yeah.
You have Wi-Fi on the trains. That's actually surprisingly good.
Okay.
And you got Wi-Fi in the planes now, dude.
Yeah.
That's actually surprisingly good. So this could be a future. I don't discard this being an option. It'll be interesting for sure, but it's definitely trying to innovate over what we used to have, which is the weird part. We used to have like TVs in cars all the time. So now it's like, okay, I guess we're going back.
Yeah,
Who's going to enjoy it? Who's going to use it?
Yeah.
Kind of a risk, but interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, certainly there's a risk. I don't know, dude. It's so funny. I'd never thought about trains going from Charlotte to Raleigh. Side note, but like, I feel like that'd be super convenient just to be able to hop on a train and just go to another city.
My buddy who lives in Raleigh, who you might have you played games with him. You haven't met him, McSlurminator.
Yeah.
Buddy I grew up with. He's also a Panthers fan, mostly a Vikings, but predominantly Panthers fan now, local team. He took the Amtrak game day, arrived early in the morning. We went tailgating, went to the game, hung out, got dinner, and he was like, "All right, well, I'm just gonna go grab myself a bottle of wine." Grabs the bottle of wine and then gets on the train and drinks it on the way home.
Yes,
it's like a 2.5 hour drive, 3 hours possibly. Yeah,
amazing. All of it. Oh, it's good. It's good. Yeah, that's gotta be super nice. But I mean, yeah, like going on a train. I mean, just think about it. Get your iPad, get your phone, get something, connect to the train Wi-Fi. I mean, you're gaming. It's a quick, what, hour, 2 hour trip, 3 hour, 4, depending on where you're going. Great way to pass time. You don't have to drive. It's nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, I can certainly see it. It's interesting. It's very niche. Article mentions that too. It's a very niche thing. I'll be curious to see if this actually becomes like more reasonable. I don't know. I have a feeling it's probably going to be. I don't know how many users are actually going to take advantage of this, especially at early adoption. But
that's exactly what I'm saying. It's just like it's interesting. Will it happen? Who knows? But it's it does feel like we're going a little bit back in time.
It kind of does.
It's interesting.
That's funny. Xbox, man, I give you kudos. Try new things. Thinking a little outside the box. Gotta respect it.
You know who else is thinking outside the box, dude?
And nuking people?
Absolutely nuking people. Emma Roth over at The Verge, we've covered several times, wrote this article, and it's quite honestly, it's no surprise to anybody that's been paying attention to the Nintendo. And let's just get kind of into it. The title of the article is Nintendo Switch modder ordered to pay $2 million in piracy lawsuit. So Ryan Daly is accused of selling mod chips and hacked Twitch consoles online. Ooh, I wonder if he was doing it on like Etsy. I see that stuff all the time on Etsy, you know?
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
Nintendo has notched another victory in its crusade against piracy. Last week, a Washington District Court judge ordered Ryan Daly to pay Nintendo $2 million and stop selling modded Switch consoles online, as reported earlier by Engadget. In a copyright lawsuit filed last year, Nintendo's accused Daly of operating a website modded hardware which sold modded Switch consoles, mod chips used to hack into Switch devices, and make flash cartridges that allow people to play pirated copies of games. Nintendo claimed Daly caused the company and in quotes significant and irreparable harm, and the judge agreed. The make devices, mod chips, hacked consoles, and circumvention services allow members to the public or of the public to create, distribute, and play pirated Nintendo games on massive scale, the ruling states. So Daly denied any wrongdoing. Piracy lawsuits from Nintendo have become increasingly common, with the company winning its case against a file sharing site accused of hosting pirated games earlier this year. Nintendo's legal action have led to the shutdown of Switch emulators, including Yuzu and Kyujinx. The company also made it clear that it may break Switch 2 consoles if players try to mod the device. Ooh. Daly, who chose to fight Nintendo without a lawyer, is now banned from modding Switch consoles, as well as from using devices designed to circumvent the console's security measures. The judge also ordered the seizure, impoundment, or destruction of all devices owned by Daly, that may contain copyright infringing material. Yikes.
Ugh,
This
that's
kind of
rough.
ties into what we experienced before when I think I was talking about the old retro games, the archive games basically from the Wii U and older, going to like Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo. Um, those like flash games where people are putting them on SD cards and then using mod chip devices to play games illegally. And Nintendo doesn't sell those games anymore, but they went after them anyway, which is kind of crazy,
Yeah.
you know?
Hmm.
How do you feel about it? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's I mean look, I mean obviously I don't think I mean I'm sure it doesn't mean ill intent, but also like what you're doing and like when you mod these consoles do that. I mean Nintendo's in the right to, seize that and stop it. So
Oh yeah,
they're certainly within rights to do that. So I mean it's unfortunate. I mean, I think the biggest thing too is like all the devices he owns that could potentially have this. I mean, that's pretty much probably everything. They're going to assume. Like I don't know how you would. I don't know. I don't know if they would actually check everything on the devices to see like, oh, do we need to destroy this? I feel like they're probably just going to round it all up and just destroy it. That part probably sucks the most. It's like all the work you put in and all that's going to get erased. Um, so that's I mean, I guess it could be worse. It could it could be fine for millions and billions of it could just be a Napster lawsuit. It's just like
yep,
you're fine. They ask you for more money than is actually like you know possible to print. like but yeah, it's I don't know. It certainly is a sucky situation, but at the same time, it's like I mean, you probably don't mean to do any wrong, but also like I mean, you kind of are by stealing like all that content, like pirating it. And look, I mean, we've talked on the show before about pirating and kind of, um, it's with the way games are now, all digital, and you don't own anything. It's like, I mean, this, it's the saying, like if I can't own it, I'm just gonna steal it, kind of thing. Like I forget what the exact
yeah,
phrasing is, but it's like
yeah.
these pirates make people that pirate software, they're kind of making a case. Um, but but yeah, I mean, it's just how Nintendo is, and it's just like I think people, if you're working on Nintendo devices, you're doing this kind of thing. You just have to understand, like Nintendo's the one company that doesn't play around, so they will not hesitate to come after you, especially if you start gaining a following and profiting off of stuff. And yeah, um, just how Nintendo is. Name of the game.
Upon further inspection of what's going on with Daily, um, this is wild. So in March of last year, Nintendo threatened Daily with a lawsuit. Both parties agreed that the allegedly unlawful activity, which includes selling MiG devices and modded consoles, would stop. That didn't happen, so Nintendo sued Daly at a federal court in Seattle instead. So
Ah,
Nintendo gave them a cease and desist.
an
Is that what
easy
it's
out.
called? Cease?
Yeah.
Yeah, just stop. Dude,
Yeah.
just stop. And he goes, nah. And
And
they
he
get
ignored it.
sued for $2 million. Yeah. Crazy behavior.
Yeah. See, now
Um,
now I don't feel bad.
and I also see a couple of things where people are like, who chose to fight Nintendo without a lawyer?
That
And then they're
is kind
like,
of
this is
funny.
like an ant trying to fight Godzilla. And then other people are like, leave the multi-billion-dollar company alone.
Yeah, there's that too. It's kind of I mean,
Yeah.
that's the other side of it, right? It's like it's Nintendo. They don't need the money, that's for sure. So it's kind of like, why are you coming after? You know, I don't know. There's two sides of the coin on this one. Two ways of looking at it. Yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to defend Nintendo, but also it's just like, they're known for doing this, even though they don't need to. So it's kind of just
Oh,
something
yeah.
when you go into it, you just have to know that.
This is the way.
They gave you a chance, dude. They gave you a chance.
They
That's how it
certainly
is.
did. All right. What else you got for us, man? Hit us with the next article.
I'll
What
talk
do you
about
got to say
some
about Bethesda, your favorite company of all
Bethesda.
time?
Bethesda.
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 The wonderful world of Bethesda.
We're talking about one of my goats in this article. Goat
Love
game
him.
developer. You ready for this? All right. Former Bethesda exec says gaming subscription services are worth jack bleep without proper support for game developers. That tension is hurting a lot of people, he says. Who is this former Bethesda Softworks exec we're talking about? Well, Michael Kripe writes over at IGN. Senior Vice President in Global Marketing and Communications, Pete Hines, says gaming subscription services like Xbox Game Pass are worth jack-ish if the game developers who create content for them are not properly supported. I love Pete Hines. One of my faves. It's great. I mean, he doesn't work at Bethesda anymore, obviously. But when he did, I will say, whenever Fallout 76 came out, he was one of the few people championing at the studio. He was like, look, the game came out, it's rough, it's not complete. It is our job to make sure that this game
You're right.
reaches the finish
He
line.
did say that.
He was very much about that, like, listen, we delivered a bad product, we got to fix it. It's our job. So he's very much kind of like, finish. And eventually it got to a point where it got an audience. It's doing well. So to his credit, it did work. And there's also, too, if you think about time before I get into the article, you think about the timeline of Bethesda and you think about Redfall and where that landed and how that just got like severed, cut, just dead. I mean, that was after his time. And it's just kind of like, it's, Pete Hines is there. It makes you wonder, like, I mean, granted, the foundation of Redfall was very choppy and rough and just probably wasn't there much to salvage, frankly. But it makes you wonder, like, would he have tried, like, would Pete Hines have tried to save it? Would he have tried, would that studio still be here? If it was if he was able to save it, makes you wonder.
He would try.
Let's get to the article. I'm sure he would.
that.
Let's get to the article, shall we? The ex-Bethesda figurehead, who announced his retirement in 2023 after 24 years with the company, opened up about the state of the gaming industry during a new interview with DBL Tap. In addition to touching on the early days of the company behind Fallout and the Elder Scrolls, Hines spoke about what he feels the future of services like Game Pass looks like. There was another article also we didn't cover where he talked about those points about Fallout, and he essentially had mentioned how Bethesda, to nobody's surprise, Bethesda is not the company it once was. A lot of changes happened, but he kind of pinned it as like, look, it's the name of the game. Like, change is going to happen. It's not going to be the same company as when it first started. I think also part of his sentiment was like, he was kind of upset it wasn't the same, and it's probably part of the reason why he left, I would imagine. Anyways, he admits his retirement from the Microsoft-owned Bethesda means his view on the matter may not be up to date. However, Hines says he witnessed what he quote, considered to be some short-sighted decision-making several years ago, and now appears to be bearing out the way I said. He saw the future, Mike. He saw where the company was going. He saw the train slowly approaching collision with the wall that is Game Pass and Xbox. And yes, Microsoft CEO Subscriptions have become the new 4-letter word, right? You can't buy a product anymore, Hines said. When you talk about a subscription that relies on content, if you don't figure out how to balance the needs of the service and the people running the service with the people who are providing the content, without which your subscription is worth jack-ish, then you have a real problem. Is there a disconnect with Game Pass and the consumers of the content, the actual products that are delivered? That's the real question.
That's a real question.
You could probably make an argument for it. So
good. Either way.
Yeah. Let's continue. Gamers have discussed the viability of platforms like Game Pass since its launch in 2017. Which is crazy to think. Game Pass 2017? That's crazy. I don't know why I felt like it was like sooner. I don't know.
Really? Well,
in my head, I think sooner. But
no, 2017 is when it was introduced, and then I don't think it actually became successful until about, I don't know.
Pandemic? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. It really has to do with internet speeds, ultimately, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the servers, I mean, they're still not good, but they were at least more doable in 2020. Because if you remember, the first one was Google Stadia, which I think was 2015, 2016, and then Microsoft started adopting it in 2017. And it took a while for them to be good.
No, I thought Stadia... Is my timeline... I thought Stadia was 19. Am I faded? I could have sworn it was like 2019. Stadia. That was like one of the later ones, and then it just failed. And like a pandemic happened, it just really died.
All I do is got to find out. I'm trying to find it.
Google Stadia.
No Wikipedia. All right, Google Stadia.
Google Stadia
launch.
Yeah.
November 19, 2019. I'm faded.
Yeah, I told you, man. I could have sworn it was like a few months before pandemic, and the pandemic happened.
My bad, dude. I messed up.
Yeah. Up here, baby, up here. While the service flooded with hundreds of games for subscribers to play sounds like a dream come true for players, how the developers behind these games receive support has been hazy. As Game Pass pushed forward in the early 2020s, and PlayStation eventually established its own PlayStation Plus-centered competitor, more question marks popped up. Former PlayStation boss Sean Layden is one of the many who recently critiqued the gaming subscription service model, calling the Netflix of gaming idea a danger that has him questioning, is it healthy for the developer? And I think, I don't know, these questions have come up in my mind too, of like, you know, how does the, like monetarily, how are they supported? Like, how big of a cut do they get of the subscription? Like, how does Xbox divvy that up? It's a real thing, and it's like, how much money are they leaving on the table by getting the exposure of Game Pass, not necessarily like the revenue they get if they sold each copy individually. It's a weird, it makes me think too, so I don't know. There's probably some confusion, and it makes you wonder what those figures would be like. I want to be the business analyst in there, just being like, all right, this is what we did if we didn't do Game Pass and sold this much. But this exposure, how much money are we making on this? I don't know. Microsoft touted that Game Pass achieved $5 billion in revenue over the last year, this past July, after laying off hundreds of workers across its gaming branch earlier that same month. Funny how that works, right, Mike? Funny how that works.
Yeah, $5 billion over the last year is insane.
But we can't afford our workers.
Yeah, but laying off people is also equally crazy. I mean, we can also kind of talk about a little bit of Nate Shot Stray with him. To be fair, he said he didn't know what was going to happen. But his gambling stream, like his biggest streams ever, and then all of 100 Thieves are getting laid off now? Because crazy.
Well, it's like, he did all the gambling streams, and then he partnered with, I don't know, Roobet. I forget the company. It was like some company he partnered with, a gambling company, and then he was doing slots on his kick stream. And then then later on, it's like, later that week, it's like, oh yeah, 100 Thieves lays off tons of stuff.
Unhinged behavior.
Yeah. Which I mean, to be fair, like people that are close to the Nate Shot scenario, they don't understand like his involvement with the company is dwindled greatly to the point where he's like trying not to be the CEO and trying to like hang it off. He's not as involved. So, I mean, the timing is pretty bad though. You can't deny that. Anyways, continuing on with this article. Today, Hines adds that the pressure of an ongoing gaming subscription service is affecting the very developers it needs to exist in the first place. It's a reliance on this model that he feels is hurting a lot of people. You need to properly acknowledge, compensate, and recognize what it takes to create the content and not just make a game, but make a product. He elaborated. That tension is hurting a lot of people, including the content creators themselves, because they're fitting into an ecosystem that is not properly valuing and rewarding what they're making. two Bethesda studios, Redfall developer Arcane Austin, and Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks, were shut down in May of 2024. It's crazy to think that was like over a year ago at this point.
Yeah, the time is soaring by right now.
I would have been like, yeah, that happened in May, right? Like this May. Though the latter was eventually saved by publisher Krafton, acquiring from Xbox. In the wake of mass layoffs and studio closures, original Arcane founder Rafael Colantino called Game Pass the elephant in the room and an unsustainable model. He added, "I don't think Game Pass can coexist with other models. They'll either kill everyone else or give up." Yeah, it's I mean, it really makes you think about the Game Pass model. I mean, like I was kind of saying throughout the article, it's like it's just, where, like, how much is it actually benefiting developers? Like, is the exposure enough to warrant the loss in revenue they're inevitably making because they're joining this service? And I would imagine they're not going to make as much as if they were just to publish it and get, raw sales. So it's a interesting thing. It makes me wonder, kind of like, is this model actually going to be sustainable? Like, what is this going to look like in 5 years? Especially if the cost continues to rise, like you start losing subscribers, it's like it's a whole other story. So
it's true.
It's just, it's an interesting position, and it's something we really think about. When you sit back and think about it, it's like, I don't know, yeah. Like maybe Pete Hines is onto something, and maybe these other developers are seeing what we're not seeing, right?
True. I think it could be you know what it sort of reminds me of? Because it's a subscription model, similar to like how Uber initially started with losing everything, like losing all their money and stuff like that to get people to drive and like create an isolation of a market. And then finally, when they do like pushed out the taxi drivers, they started raising their rates. Maybe that's kind of what Microsoft's model is trying to be right now, where as long as you get more and more people assigned to Game Pass, you can incrementally start increasing prices to offset the cost of operating Game Pass and then starting to pay the developers more. I was telling you about this before the stream actually we started like recording. My theory is the Game Pass is more geared towards indie developers to try to get them on board, gives them a really good opportunity to make money that they would probably make more so than selling their game at face value.
Yeah.
Because it's more of like they're kind of buying into the marketing that is Game Pass and getting the player base.
Yeah.
And then what Microsoft gets in return is the rights to own that game in a way, or publishing rights for future games. They could be doing what there's this famous actress that does that. She like signs books to book deals does it all for free except for the rights of that book to turn it into a movie. And now she's like a billionaire because she's created like 5 or 6 different movies that are highly successful. That she's the main executive producer that owns the rights to the movie and the book of the movie. But the person, when the book's sold, it goes to the author. It's like, it's an interesting kind of setup. And I would take that deal, either way. If I'm into indie dev and I'm like, okay, I got to get this in front of an audience, get some money in, I would take the Game Pass deal all day.
Yeah.
But if I'm somebody as big as like Bethesda, what do you need a Game Pass for? I'm own launcher.
That's true. Like they did have their own launcher. Remember that? Bethesda launcher.
Yeah, sorry,
did not do well.
My bad. My bad.
That's right.
Forgot about that part. It smoked.
But yeah, no, I think it's very true. Like if you were to look at a graph and you were to see kind of Game Pass, like, and you were like to see an exposure versus like sale value kind of metric, like I think if you're an indie studio, you're definitely way more likely to do Game Pass because you're at the top end. Like I need that exposure and I need people to just play my game. Game Pass has a lot of value and it's definitely worth it. Your point.
Facts.
But yeah, but you look at something like Call of Duty. Why do you
need it?
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
They benefit from Game Pass? Probably not. Probably not as much as they were when they were just doing raw sales. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe. Well, Warzone was free, wasn't it? Free to play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's their version of advertising. Whereas Game Pass, it's like you pay for a subscription and entices people to play.
It's skins, man. It's the skins.
Yeah.
Valorant sucks me in. I barely play the game, but it's like, but every time I'll like every couple of years I get back on it, and then I'm like on a streak. I'm like,
lotto.
Hey, I get that skin.
Boys.
At least in Valorant, that just you buy the skin directly. You don't have to, do a case lottery, like with Counter Strike. But yeah, dude, it's where they make all their money, man. get your cases, get your skins. Like that's for bulk of the revenue is. And then like what's funny too is like I'm sure it's similar to mobile games where it's like they make a lot of money off the microtransactions, but it's really like it's the whales as they call them, right? It's the people that spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on this stuff. That's where they really get the most. And so it's like that's where they really target. I mean, it certainly helps when you have someone like me who's just buying like 1 or 2 skins every other year. It's kind of like it's cool to get that, but it's like where they really make that money is the people that spend thousands on these skins and get everything.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
And it's ridiculous. It's crazy out there. People like mobile games too. They'll spend. It's crazy just hearing how much people have spent on like Clash Royale. It's like it's just wild, man. It's crazy. It's insane.
Ooh. All right.
Shout out Pete Hines.
Shout out Pete Hines. That's interesting. I haven't heard that name in a very long time. So when you brought him up, I was like, oh yeah, that is the guy that was like super optimistic when Bethesda was imploding. That's pretty. It's actually kind of sick.
Every presentation every year, dude, he started it off. Like Pete Hines,
Yeah,
vice president at Bethesda GameWorks.
That's true. Who am I thinking of from Bethesda though?
Todd Howard. Anything?
Yes, I always think about him because he overpromises, and then Pete Hines comes in and is like, "Everybody, chill out. Here's the real story."
It's so funny too. Like I'm pretty sure Todd Howard, pretty sure he's like my like, good old 5'6"
really?
brethren. You know what I'm saying? He's a short guy. I know that. Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey man, he's balling, and he's him.
All right. Hear me out. I don't know how you're gonna feel about what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna tell you what I think. Here's the theory. You're 5'6" or shorter, right?
Yeah.
You have less latency between your thoughts and your arm moving, what gives you a competitive advantage when you're playing video games.
There could be some truth to that. I mean,
I'm just saying. Have you seen?
Games, but, I mean,
I don't remember.
A lot of gamers go crazy.
All right, hear me out. For Halo Infinite, you have Royal 2, Snakebite, and Lethal, and Frosty. Frosty, they were all on the same team. Frosty's like 5'9".
Yeah.
Lethal's like 4'8". Royal 2's like 5'2", and Snakebite's like 5'4".
Dude, they are. Dude, I stood next to them in a couple Halo events. Dude, they are. I was like, dude, you're like my height. And then I think it was like Royal 2. I was like, that dude's literally shorter than me. Like, whoa. Like that was crazy.
He's a short guy, but that like he has that.
But they fry, man.
Low latency.
They fry. That's the thing on there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking the height. You can't control your height, man. I mean, you kind of can because you can like cut your kneecaps off and it'll grow back longer. But I mean, do you really want to do that?
No, you could get the leg surgery. Go to Peru, wherever they do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Shins.
Yeah, the leg extenders, dude. Don't do that.
Yeah,
what you should do is hit the gym because it takes you like 3 reps and you're jacked.
Bro,
that's the truth.
That is nothing but the truth, dude. It's so much easier for us to gain muscle. It's crazy.
It upsets me so much, dude. I'll be at the gym just like. And then some dude just like on your short and just freaking like just bailing.
Dude comes in 2 months later, like, dude, you look like a different person.
Yeah, it's like you're freaking jacked, and I'm over here just like noodles.
It's been a year, man. What the
heck? No gains. Hit me with the roids, boy. All right, man. Let's keep the train moving. I wanted to talk about this one most importantly because 2 reasons. As I'm holding a pocket knife, I put it on the ground. 2 reasons. I like to do, hopefully in the future, I can start doing this, especially because like the temperature's getting good, dude. Projectors outside with gaming, like having a laptop or something, like gaming out there, just Wi-Fi connection. Got to kill them mosquitoes because we're in the south.
Yeah, it's bad.
It'll be fun though. It'll be really fun, and I'm looking forward to it. But this projector, now I don't know if anybody knows about projectors, but to find a good one is kind of difficult. And this is really interesting to talk about. I bet it's going to cost like $3 million. But let's get into it. Xgimi. This is by the way, Thomas Ricker over at The Verge. He kind of covers just all hardware stuff and gadgets and stuff like that. But Xgimi or Gimi, you think it is? Xgimi.
Gimi seems more like.
I feel like it is, right? Gimi. I don't know. XG. I feel or Zimi.
Zimi.
Who knows? Anyways, I'm going to butcher the name of this, so we're just going to talk about how it's a 4K projector. So that's the manufacturer. They made an incredibly bright 4K monitor targets daytime gamers. So the Horizon 20 Max promises 5700 ISO, which is like a measurement of lights, lumens,
That's
which is a
insane.
measurement of energy, and a tiny, for a projector, 1 millisecond input lag, which
Oh,
is
hey,
what?
that's
What?
5700 lumens is insanely bright.
Dude,
That
that
is.
is like you know those flashlights where they're like the brightest flashlight in the world is somebody in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they click it and it just
It's like
lights up their
boom.
neighbor.
Yeah.
You can see it from space.
Oh.
That's what 5700 is like. It's
Yeah.
so bright, dude.
Yeah, that's
All
very
right.
bright.
The new Horizon 20 lineup of 4K Google TV projectors from Xgimi targets gamers who want to play day and night on the biggest screen possible. In addition to promising an incredibly bright image from the flagship model, Xgimi is at IFA 2025, saying the entire lineup supports low latency gaming with an input lag of just 1 millisecond. And that's very responsive for a projector that will likely be able to produce a large image in rooms where you can't control the ambient lighting. Honestly, that's sick. This would probably be really successful if you're say it's like a rental house or something, or like you have a really nice house with crazy high, like 10, 12 foot tall windows just
Yeah.
perforating around. This would be perfect. I can see people using this for like office presentations too, like
Go
travel
crazy.
guys
Go
that are like
crazy.
sales dudes. Yeah. All right. So the Horizon 20 lineup, comprised of the base Horizon 20 model, the 20 Pro, and the 20 Max, is built around an RGB triple laser architecture. The flagship Horizon 20 Max projector can produce an astounding 5700 ISO lumens of brightness, according to Xgimi, which is perfect for viewers who want immersive visuals even in daylight or high ambient light environments. That puts it just behind Dangby's 6200 ISO lumen claim for its S7 Ultra Max projector. The Horizon 20 model or Pro model can still produce a very respectable 4200 ISO lumens, while the base model drops it down to 3100 ISO lumens, according to Xgimi. So the Chinese projector makers have gotten into trouble for misleading customers on brightness in the past, but that was before they started measuring brightness in ISO lumens, a legitimate measurement that often yields a number slightly smaller than tests conducted using the ANSI standard. Sheesh, we're getting into like engineering terms right now, guys. This is stuff that I see when I'm at work. Uh, so the 5700 ISO lumens is so high that it's the range associated with projectors meant for large spaces that cost well over $10,000. Nevertheless, Xgimi tells me that it's confident that reviewers and users will see this performance reflected in practice. And there's a couple of like 3D quick images. Scans look pretty sick.
IMAX enhanced.
Yeah,
Love
it
it.
looks like you have an optical audio. Thank the Lord. Too bad
Oh,
Microsoft is lame and got rid of that. You got a USB, a USB 3, you got HDMI 1 ARC and HDMI 2, and then an auxiliary port, which you gotta have, baby. Gotta have that auxiliary
yeah.
port.
Hook it up to the spikers.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Hopefully you got Bluetooth too. That's my guess. You don't put this much tech in here if it doesn't actually have some Bluetooth.
Surely.
So the projectors also support Dolby Vision, HDR10 Plus, and IMAX enhanced modes with the inclusion of optical zoom and lens shifting tech. Lens shift works by physically adjusting the position of the lens relative to the DMD chip, allowing the image to move up, down, left, or right without distorting or scaling it digitally. Interesting. Basically, what you're saying is if you have a projector and you're projecting onto a wall, no matter the angle that it's at, up, down, left, right, to the side,
Yeah.
you can adjust it so when you look at it up front, it'll be like flush with
Yeah.
your normal vision, which is really cool technology. Um, so these projectors support 240 hertz refresh and VRR to match the output of a gaming console or
That's
PC.
crazy.
However, that 1 millisecond response is only at 1080p's 240 FPS. Dude, this could be a monitor, bro. Lag increases to 2.2 milliseconds at 1080p 120 hertz or 3 milliseconds at 4K 60 hertz. Dude, I'd play some 4K 60
Dude,
hertz, 3
there's
millisecond lag
that's still super
all
impressive for a
day.
projector. Wow.
That's what I'm saying, dude. XGB also claims a 10,000 to 1 contrast ratio, with the dynamic black level enhancement mode is turned on. Netflix works out of the box, which isn't guaranteed with an all-in-one projectors, as you get 24 watts of built-in Harman Kardon speakers for 360-degree sound. What? Very interesting. There's some more details here that's kind of, maybe I'll just read the last paragraph and then you and I can kind of yap about it. The Horizon 20 lineup can be pre-ordered in the UK and US starting September 5th, with shipments expected in October. Retail pricing will range between $1,700 for the base model and $3,000 for the Horizon 20 Max. That's USD, by the way. However, temporary early bird pricing at launch drops the range down to basically $1,189. So you're essentially saving, what is that? Roughly $500. Yeah, $500, and to $2,400, and your $500 discount basically across the board. Second one, 600. You also get a floor stand and an Assassin's Creed game code.
Oh, that's nice.
Interesting.
I spent all that money to get Assassin's Creed with it. I'm sold.
It is a Chinese projector, though. They're gonna be watching us. I don't really know. It's kind of cool. I think, one of the things that I've experienced a couple of times going over to a buddy of mine's place, they didn't have a TV in their living room. They had a project. So let's paint the picture of their living room, right? You come in, it's an old fashioned room, old fashioned house from like the 60s, maybe 70s, but basically single family or single story house. You walk into the front door, and that's like there's this little foyer area, but then there's also the living room immediately. Like you're there, so they put their projector up high on the wall that's behind their sofa, aimed it at like the same wall where the front door is, at their windows that are towards the front yard. And they have an automatic projector that drops from the ceiling. So when they get to watch things, they just like sit down, they hit one button, the screen comes down, it blocks the window perfectly. So it's like dark movie time.
Yeah.
And then the projector turns on and it's like perfect audio. And I was like, dude, this is the coolest setup ever, because it's super clean when the projector's up. There's no TV in the way. You have no worry of like things getting broken. Nobody really notices the projector because they have other things up there that are like decorative, so you don't actually get to see. It's not intrusive, and it's a very comfortable atmosphere. And I'm like, dude, I could kind of go for that, man. I would very much like to have a projector up on my like. I have a high stand above the couch, a couple of decorative things. I'm like, dude, what if I just set that up? They have like all the cables hidden too, so it's super clean.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's really cool. But what do you think? Would you ever get a 4K projector at this level?
It's pretty sick. Honestly, I mean, I thought about projectors. I mean, actually, more so recently, I thought about getting maybe a little projector for like my room, because I have like a pretty wide wall above my setup that's just bare. So I'm like, hey man, it'd be perfect for a projector. Just a little something to like throw on instead of like mounting a TV. Just to know, if it's like late night, I don't feel like watching a game in the living room. I feel like being in my bed and like watching something. It'd be nice to just be able to have a projector there, just like bam, have all that. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, a 4K projector. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe at some point. I mean, I'd like the idea of a projector, just being able to like have, be able to use a wall. Takes up less space, obviously.
I agree.
Which is probably the best part of it. I mean, the fact that this was like a gaming level projector, though, we're talking 240 hertz refresh rate on a projector. I want to see that in person so bad, because I want to see how that actually looks. Because you can get a giant screen, 240 hertz. It's like you could theoretically, you're talking about an 80-inch, 100-inch. It's like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
That's that kind of refresh rate. That's insane. So, and it's 4K. It looks crisp.
I wonder what the projection like.
Oh man,
because some of these they have actual limits of how big the size can be. I mean, you can always stretch it out, right? Just keep walking backwards.
Yeah.
but it's really cool. I think projectors are making a comeback, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's just, I think the tech's just so sick. And back then we got projectors too, is like the bulbs. I don't know if it's the same now, but I mean, I assume probably not. That's probably some better tech that you don't have to replace. It doesn't burn out or anything. So yeah, the tech is advanced, and you can now game You could do competitive Counter-Strike on a projector. Just think about it. Just fire up a game, dude. You're going nuts at 80-inch. You're just insane on your couch. So, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty sick though. I'd love to see this in action.
All right, so I'm looking at it here. It has built-in Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, and more. Google Cast, Google Home. It's kind of sick. Kind of sick. I'm looking for the biggest size. Doesn't say exactly. I'd probably have to go into like the actual setup requirements and the throw and whatever. But it's pretty sick. It's cool. Oh, what a projector, dude. I think the price is too much for me, to be
It is
honest.
high. It's very high.
Yeah, like $1,900. Hold your breath.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know. It's I've been looking at, especially like TikTok Shop. They have like $40 projectors, and you see people in the videos. It's like, okay, it doesn't look too bad at night. So just give me something at night. I can just point at the wall. Might work. I don't know. But might look good to it.
This is the way.
I'm telling you, it certainly is. Certainly is, Mike.
I love how it's just so stupid. Just dumb gamers are like, it says it targets daytime gamers, and then somebody says you could just say unemployed. It's like, to be fair, there's so many people that do like night shifts. I got 2 buddies right now that they do night shifts.
Yeah.
They'll hit me up at like 10 o'clock and they're like, all right, I just got off work. 10 o'clock a.m. They're like, you want to go to the bar real quick? I'm like, nah, dude. Like, it's 11 o'clock.
Man.
Yeah. What are you
I'm
talking
gonna work
about,
for 3
man?
hours already.
Yeah, wake up, dude.
It's hilarious. It is.
It is.
Like
Yeah, it's cool. Fun stories here. Nice to talk about something interesting. Yeah, Nintendo Switch just nuking people.
Crazy.
Yes, sir.
It do.
Well, cool, dude.
Be like that.
Yes, sir. So that's basically all the stories we got for this week. Do you have anything else to add? Was there anything else on the list that we didn't get to that you were kind of want to do a quick shout out about?
Nah, man. I think we covered some of that in the articles. We try to sneak it in every now and again. Like, oh, we looked at this, or like, this is an article we thought about doing but didn't quite get. But we could touch on in like 30 seconds. So got a couple of those. Happy about that.
Oh yeah. Well, good news. Yeah. All right. Shall we wrap it up and call it a night? We got work to do, bro. We got work to do. It's super late. We started super late. That's my apologies. I've been getting cooked. But hopefully the Panthers are better. Hopefully we have something better to talk about early in the podcast about us winning games. And I hope you have fun at the game if I don't see you there. Yeah. But in the meantime, thank you for everybody else for tuning in. We do have links in the description below, including timestamps. You can always check out. Social media accounts are there as well. And last but not least, Kyle, do you want to have any last shout out? Or am I closing it?
Ah, man, close it out. Let people go.
Close it out. Let the people go. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm MadMikeWillEatU. That's KyleHeath. This is the M2 podcast. We'll see you on the next week. And hope you have a wonderful weekend wherever you are. Stay safe. Play games. Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you.